This is a period of the meeting where public is allowed 3 minutes, and we are strict on the 3 minutes, where you may discuss anything you wish, not necessarily related to the agenda. Items on the agenda in items 4 will be additional opportunity for public comment for those specific items. But now you may comment on anything. I have one card. If you do wish to comment, anyone in the audience wishes to comment, please fill out one of these cards if you have not. First is Cash McVeigh. Please approach the podium. Give us your name and address, please.
My name is Cash McVeigh, and my address is 139 Washington Street.
Thank you.
I've been a Lincolnville resident since 1991, so I've got some history in the neighborhood. Steering committee members, I'm going to read. Don't mean any disrespect. I won't make my 3 minutes unless I read from my paper here. I have extensive knowledge of the history of Hayling Freedom Park. Due to my involvement over many years, I led the effort to have it established back in 2013, I think. Please understand, I have found no one in the community that is actually aware of the plans to realign the pathway on the east side of the park. I've talked to a lot of people in the neighborhood, and everybody's very surprised by it. Everyone I've discussed the park with seems to be very happy with what's planned on the west side of the park. However, there are very reasonable concerns over the plans for the east side, especially among the 5 park stakeholders that have been referenced in several emails and letters that have been addressed to the steering committee and the city commission about those concerns. The first time the public had a real opportunity to review the magnitude of the pathway realignment was when the black and white plan schematic was recently presented at the July 15th, 2024 steering committee meeting. Before that meeting, there was really no details available on it. To summarize, the pathway realignment requires 650 linear feet of existing asphalt pathway to be demolished and 650 linear feet of new pathway to be installed. If you do the math, this equates to the destruction of an area that is equivalent to 19 standard tennis courts of area. There's a story behind the section of the pathway that is set to be demolished. When city manager John Regan was managing the development of the park, he wanted residents to be involved, so he asked us to stake out the entire east side pathway from the parking area to the southern tip of the park. It took us several days to complete. It's documented on the Keep Riberia Point Green Facebook website. So the location of this existing pathway was vetted by the community, laid out by resident volunteers, and has already been paid for by Lincolnville taxpayers through the LCRA. Over the past 5 years, the land has grown naturally around this existing parkway, and it is currently offering a very productive wildlife habitat. Destroying an area equivalent to 19 standard-sized tennis courts inside an established park will be going against every principle of good environmental stewardship. Plus, it makes no sense to waste taxpayers' money for zero benefit,
seconds.
as the new pathway offers no additional benefit to the community. My recommendation is to ask staff to engage a third-party environmental consultant to evaluate the concerns that have been raised by the community with regards to disrupting the existing wildlife habitat. And number 2, ask staff to produce a cost-benefit analysis for replacing the pathway that measures the total cost against the benefit for the community. In conclusion, we can...
I've given you already actually past time, so I think you've made your point. I appreciate it. Very good points, and thank you for your consideration.